Hello all, it's the Bookworm, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, please click the subscribe button to keep updated with our content and more audiobooks to follow. Today, we will be listening to the Tales of Deltora. I do hope you enjoy. The Tale of the Pirran Piper. Long, long ago, beyond the mountains, there was a green land called Pere, where the breezes breathed magic. Jealous shadows lurked on Pere's border, but the land was protected by a mysterious pipe which played notes on such beauty that no evil could take root within the sound of its voice. The pipe was played morning, noon, and evening by the people's chief, the piper, who was finest playing the land. One dark winter's night, the piper of those days passed away in her sleep. The next day, three great musicians offered themselves as her replacement. They were called Plume the Brave, Auron the Fair, and Keras the Unknown. The three played in turn before the people as was custom. Plume's playing was so stirring that the crowd cheered. Aaron's music was so beautiful that her audience wept, and Karan's created sounds so haunting that all who heard them were wrapped in wonder. When the people voted to choose their favorite, each player received an equal number of votes. The three played again and again, but each time the result was the same. Night fell, but the testing went on. The people who had now separated into three groups according to their favorite grew tired and angry, but each person wanted his or her own choice to become Piper and would not vote for another. At last, long after midnight, when the vote was called equal for the 13th time, the three groups turned furious upon one another, using their magic to insult and injure. A man in a hooded cloak stepped forward. He was tall, but bent with weakness, as though the long day and night of the music had been almost beyond his endurance. Each section of the crowd thought that they were one of its own, but he had spent time with all three, urging its members to hold firm. "I have a solution, my friends," he cried. "Let constellants share the honor of being Piper. The Piper is made from three parts that fit together. The plume, Arun, and Karis each take one of the whole." And so tried, so angry had the people become, they agreed. They gave Plume the mouthpiece of the pipe, Arun the middle stem, and Karas the end piece. Then, because they still had bad feelings for one another, the three groups went their separate ways, each group following its own favorite. The hooded man rubbed his hands, well satisfied, and slipped away like a shadow before the rising sun. The dawn broke with no sound of music, and the long day passed in silence. For the three rival groups were far apart, and not one piece of the pipe could play alone. Shadows crept into Pierre, trees withered in their shade, and flowers wilted. Little by little, the shadows swallowed up the green fields, the pleasant villages, while every moment of dread, powered cloaked within them, grew stronger. Too late, the three groups realized their danger. Shadows now rolled dark between them, and they could not reach one another to make the magic pipe whole, and at last, seeing that their land was lost, they were forced to use the last of their magic to escape and save themselves. So it was that the green land Pierre became the Shadowlands, its people still blaming one another for their ancient loss, dwell to this day on three separate islands in a strange and secret sea, and the Pierre and pipe, forever divided, is heard no more.